The cutest of critters are slipping and sliding down the stream in this Dexterrrrific episode of Little Big Thumbs. For children and the adults who play with them, there is an endless number of memory games available in all shapes and sizes. And while there are many of these games out there, we don't often see them mixed up with dexterity elements. Well, all that is about to change with Turtle Splash from Lucky Duck Kids, which brings together the unique combination of disc flicking and memory tests, all wrapped up in some of the most adorable animals we've ever seen illustrated. So let's take a quick look at how this game plays, and then we'll share our thoughts on whose game shelves this one might belong on. The centerpiece of the game is going to be the cardboard ramp and wading pool, which are going to sit in the middle of the table where everyone can easily reach them. The 12 critter tiles will be mixed up and placed face down nearby in a grid pattern, and each player will have a player board with matching critters in front of them. They'll also receive 3 beach ball tokens to place on the open spaces on the left side of that board. The 4 floaty ring tokens can be placed nearby. And with that, we are all set up and ready to play Turtle Splash. Now the goal of the game is to find all 12 animals in the specific order listed on your player board. Each board is going to be a little bit different, so different players will be looking for different animals at different points throughout the game. Game turns involve 2 steps, the river flick and the memory game. To perform the flicking action, set the turtle token at the top of the river ramp and then give it a flick with one of your fingers. The ideal flick would send the turtle right into the middle of the lake, but you'll still get to do a memory test no matter where that turtle winds up. Once the flicking action is complete, that same player will perform 1, 2, or 3 memory actions. If the disc doesn't make it all the way down the ramp or the turtle winds up outside of the lake, the current player will get to flip over just 1 animal tile. If the turtle winds up in the lake but not quite in the middle, 2 tiles will be flipped. And if the turtle makes the perfect splash in the middle of the lake, that player will get to flip over 3 of those animal memory tiles. Regardless of how many memory checks you get to make, if any of the animals match the critters right next to your beach balls, move the ball ahead 1 space. If you don't manage to find any animal matches on your turn, you'll get to take one of these floaty swim rings, which you can turn in on a future turn to get 1 additional memory action. Once one player finds all 12 critters and gets their 3 beach balls all the way to the right side of their board, we have ourselves a winner and the game ends. Of course, everyone then must celebrate their excellent flicking skills and keen memory acumen. Here at Little Big Thumbs, we are always on the lookout for games that are equally fun for little players and big players. So, let's take a look at Turtle Splash through that lens, starting first with the aesthetic elements, the artwork, and the production quality. We are completely smitten with the way this game looks. The artwork from Maïa Zeidan is positively delightful, with the wide eyes and goofy grins of each critter inspiring smiles every single time we open the box. The cardboard components are a good thickness, and the ramp and lake perform exactly as we expect them to. So, for the artwork and production, Turtle Splash is getting 2 thumbs up. Now, let's turn our attention to the Little Thumbs. How accessible and enjoyable is this game for younger children? Both of my little ladies absolutely love Turtle Splash. It only takes a turn or 2 to understand what the game is all about, and children of nearly any age will be having a blast aiming for that perfect splash in the middle of the lake. In my opinion, the memory aspect of the game is unique and challenging for younger players, and even if there's the occasional turn where they don't get to move their beach balls, it's really easy to bounce back, especially with those bonus floaty tokens giving extra tile flips. So, in the Little Thumbs category, we're giving Turtle Splash another 2 thumbs up. And finally, we're looking at this game from the angle of the big thumbs, which means asking the questions, does this game engage older players when they're playing with kids at the table, and are they motivated to pull the game out again after the kiddos have gone to bed? Now, memory games aren't always a slam dunk success with adults, but Turtle Splash offers a bit more to keep older players engaged throughout the experience. The river ramp isn't terribly long, and anyone who's got a bit of crokinole experience might eventually find a groove to hit that splashy bullseye pretty consistently. However, there is the option to remove the river barriers, which will make those flicks a bit trickier, and they're super easy to put back in place if the young folk want to make sure that on their turns they land on the lake every single time. The memory aspect of the game may seem easy peasy at first glance, but the flicking focus required at the beginning of each turn can easily distract from keeping track of which animal is hiding where. A child with a watchful eye may very well steamroll to victory, which is going to keep adult players on their toes. Each game of Turtle Splash only takes 15 to 20 minutes, meaning that even for players who don't particularly care for dexterity games, you'll be on to the next fun experience in no time at all. While the game will keep adults invested and engaged when they're playing with children, I don't anticipate this is a game that's going to come out super often when it's just adults playing. And for that reason, we're going to give Turtle Splash 1 out of a possible 2 thumbs in the Big Thumbs category. And that means Turtle Splash finishes with a final score of 5 out of 6 possible thumbs, making this a fantastic choice for adults and children to play together, with a delightful balance of skill and silliness, all wrapped up in one of the most adorable packages you'll find pretty much anywhere. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for joining us for this Dexterrrrific episode of Little Big Thumbs, and thank you to Lucky Duck Games for sending us a copy of Turtle Splash to review here on the channel. We will be back again soon, so until next time, whether you've got little players or big players, make sure that you're playing games that make your thumbs go way up. Bye for now.